My name is Jim Halbeisen. I'm Director of Research for Growers Mineral Corp., and we are at our annual meeting this year. And I have two gentlemen from the South. Terry Norris is from South Carolina, and Daniel Weaver is from Georgia. And they want to give a perspective to Midwestern farmers about Southern agriculture. So, Daniel, talk a little bit about the guys you work with, what kind of crops they raise, and what you think is the biggest misconception that a Midwestern farmer has about guys that farm in the South.
Okay, well, I have a wide variety of farmers that different crops. I have like peanut farmers, corn farmers, soybean farmers, cotton farmers, fruit and vegetable farmers, pecan farmers. I have just about every kind of farming that there is. These people have all kinds of ideas, but when you talk to somebody from the Midwest, they don't understand what we do down there. We deal with 100-degree weather, we deal with drought, and we deal with too much weather, which you do in the Midwest too, but the South is worse because it's so hot. And it's just, we have a lot of sandy soil. The same field can have red clay. The sandy soil, the nutrients can just go out the bottom. The red clay, we can put a lot more lime on that. We love to put lime on even the sandy soil.
What about your livestock farmers? Have you deal with livestock farmers?
Oh, yes, we deal with livestock farmers. And I was telling somebody yesterday, and in the Midwest, you don't see this as much. In the South, we have sandy soils, and we can fertilize half of it with the growers program, the other half commercial. But it looks like the growers program's not doing anything. But if you go out there and pay attention to it, your cattle are spending all their time on the grower side, and they keep it trimmed off.
Sure.
And so it gives a misconception of that. Our soils don't hold the nutrients that you do in the Midwest, so we have to deal with that.
So you talk a little bit about the calcium aspect, and you're looking for high calcium lime in the South. We were talking a little bit about aragonite here a couple of conversations ago. Can you comment a little bit on that for me?
Okay, on aragonite, I'm still just looking into that. I'm hoping what they say will work. They say it'll stay there better. It'll last a lot longer. Mm-hmm. I haven't had experience with it yet. I'm still just looking into that. But high calcium lime works, but you got to keep putting it on.
Right. And finding it is a problem in the South.
Finding it, you get places. If you're close to a quarry, you got it made.
Yeah.
Some places, freight's $50 a ton.
Sure.
So
that's a problem.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Norris, this is Terry Norris from South Carolina, and Terry's been around the program for a very long time. So, Terry, I kind of pose the same question to you. What do you see in the South, and how does the program work, and is calcium part of your program?
Yeah, our big crop has always been tobacco. And back in the early years, back when I was a real young boy, our family, my grandfather, he was a big believer in calcium. And the establishment was kind of going against him at that point.
Sure.
And as I got into agriculture myself, we got away from the calcium. And I started to work with growers, and their program was big in calcium. So we started going on our farm with the calcium, with the backer. pH was what everybody looked at, and tobacco needed, like with dolomitic lime, normal or good was like a 5.5 pH.
Sure.
So we started with the growers program, and we started building our pH up to like 7 with the backer, and our quality really improved. And so we just went on with that with our soybeans, corn, just about everything we did, even hay and pastures, everything. And we were pretty lucky. We found a quarry within about 6 miles of my home.
Yeah.
So
Actually, that quarry, in my opinion, could be classified partially as aragonite. And
Right.
see, that Terry's had very good luck with that particular material.
yeah, the percentage of calcium in that mine is like 38 to 42,
Yeah, that's right.
right in that area, and it breaks down really quick because it's maybe 15 foot of dirt on top of the
Yeah,
vein, so
it's not deep in the profile.
it was very easy breaking down.
Yeah, some of Terry's guys were spreading coarser material, and boy, it was disappearing relatively fast.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had good sized particles when you could mash them with your fingers.
That's right.
And it'd melt right down. But
So, what do you see as the big challenges in southern agriculture, Terry?
I think getting away from these chemical fertilizers. Too much chemical is harming what we're trying to accomplish, trying to get balance in the soil. And the calcium, in my opinion, is the answer to that.
Sure.
And then using a product that's not putting the chemical back in,
Right. A clean product.
a clean product.
That's right. Daniel, comment on that. What do you think is the biggest challenge for southern agriculture, in your opinion?
Well, I echo what Terry said a lot, but it is making your money reach, and I think Growers Program will make your money reach because of your quality, because of your yields. Your yields may not be that much greater than the other, but they're quality yields. You don't lose as much. You don't have as much disease problem.
Right.
But that's what disease is just taking over our country, and that's because of all the heavy metals that we're getting through all the dry fertilizers and other areas where it's
Right.
coming in, and it's just ruining it. So our challenge is to get clean products to go in and get and harvest clean products. So,
Sure. So, in summary, you guys basically are saying the same tune to me, that calcium is really the key, and finding it is the big challenge, basically, for you guys. Yeah,
that's so true.
yeah. So Terry's more fortunate to have a closer source, whereas Daniel's got to work with different areas. Geographically, Terry, exactly where are you located?
I'm about 20 miles inland from North Myrtle Beach,
Okay. Right on the North Carolina line.
right on the line,
Yeah, you're doing business in both North and South Carolina, correct?
both states.
Right. Daniel, where are you located?
I'm right in south central Georgia, about 2 hours south of Atlanta. And but I do 5 states, so I scatter myself out too far.
Right. You're working in Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi.
And South Carolina part
Part of
a few counties.
That's right. These guys actually butt up against each other, and that works out well because these guys are using the same approach. And as a company, that just we feel it's a different style of agriculture, and we need guys from the local areas to really rep for us. And these guys have done a great job. This podcast has been brought to you by Growers Mineral. Please visit growersmineral.com.